Good evening from the Czech Republic. I just would like to ask for confirmation if I'm audible. Please just, thumbs up or something like that in the chat. I hope I'm audible. All right, no complaints. So I will proceed with my presentation. So first of all, perfect. I have the confirmation. Thanks. First of all, thank you very much for invitation to this awesome OSINT conference. Yeah, I'm personally very happy that I can be here and at least show something about our company and about how we do and I do the analysis. It won't be marketing, don't worry. I will show, I hope, some practical stuff. Okay, so first, let me introduce myself. My name is Petr Vancl Hochberger, and currently I'm the head of marketing and business development in the Czech company, which is called TOVEC. Why I'm speaking here, because before I had been with military intelligence for more than 14 years, where I was coming from SIGINT operator to SIGINT analyst over to some SIGINT, let's call it chief or lead. I have some NATO experience, and with OSINT, I am a friend with for more than 10 years, because even though I'm not OSINTer by nature, you have to learn OSINT just to enrich other analysis. It's very useful and sometimes necessary. My specialization was special technical analysis, language and content analysis. I was the SME for Chinese language analysis and data mining. My kind of hobby was data standardization, data leaks, breaches, and so on. Currently, I am just doing business development and consulting for quite a lot of government and commercial organizations. What is TOVEC? TOVEC is a Czech private company. We were established more than 30 years ago, which makes us one of the oldest companies in Czech Republic. And when speaking about oldest, I mean that there were no companies before 93, because there were no Czech Republic. It was Czechoslovakia, and before we had communists. So yeah, it was hard to get to have any business here. What we do, we develop. We are developers. We create the software. We don't buy it. We don't integrate. We create the software, and we create some kind of intelligence platform for really like professionals. It doesn't have to be huge teams. It can be also individuals. And since we develop, we also deliver training, and this is huge additional value, for at least from my perspective. And I have told you that we have customers from government sector and also in commerce. All right. So basically, what is the philosophy of our software is, just to connect all the sources possible together. This is why I'm speaking here today, because OSINT is about connecting information together. And we don't connect only OSINT sources, of course. We also have on-premise solutions. We connect internal data with external data, also with local data, and so on. We have some AI modules that are trained to the purpose. Okay, so why I'm here and what I would like to deliver. A couple of years ago, I guess like 2 years ago, I was doing some analysis of data providers, and also I was consulting some stuff for our customers. And based on this testing and consultancy, there appeared like 5 real cases that went to police or intelligence services. So it's real cases. Therefore, you won't see the identifiers, you won't see the names, you won't see the names of the companies. I had to anonymize it, of course. All right, so let's start with the first one. Czech company subject to data auction. First, I will always spend a couple of seconds explaining what I will talk about, because there is a lot of people here that knows what I'm speaking about, but there are a lot of people also who maybe this is the first time they hear about OSINT, they are interested in terminology. So I would like to be more open to a wider audience. Data lock ransomware is basically a program designed to encrypt the data. In the moment you have it in your network, you have a huge problem, and most likely in the moment it is launched, it can be immediately, but it can stay on your in your system for long weeks, even months. And in the moment it is launched, it encrypts your data, and most likely somebody would contact you to get some ransom to be able to decrypt it. This market changed quite a bit in last couple of years, because what I remember where these ransomware attacks were really like demanding a lot of money. We are speaking about hundreds or millions of dollars or euros. These days, they try to be a little more efficient, because that huge amount of money, not each company can pay. And they said, okay, maybe it's a better idea to go for a better success rate. So they lowered the number of, or the amount of money they are asking, and of course, they are more successful these days. Many of attacks are preceded by some human mistake. Many human mistakes comes from data leaks, data breaches. Just to understand how serious issue is that, company Surfshark, they claim that there is more than 16 billion accounts have been compromised since 2004. I believe it's already 23 or 24. The number has changed quite recently. And for instance, in Czech Republic, it's for each person, there is 6 data leaks. They don't have to be unique. There are duplicates for sure. However, even if it is for one person, one data leak, it's a serious issue. Okay, so what I have found some kind of information about a Czech company on Darknet, and it says, I hope you can see it at least a bit. Okay, so we have some access to 55 gigs of data of a Czech company. This Czech company, if you can read at least some parts, has 200 employees. It generates quite a huge, quite a significant income, and they hold some position in Czech public sector. So we can say basically it's a supplier into critical infrastructure of the government or on the country. So therefore, there must be some patience also, not from the company only, but also from the intelligence services, police, and all these organizations that should care. Okay, they claimed, okay, we have the starting price will be $100,000. Also, I would like to highlight that this might be scam, like a lot of things on Darknet. 80, 60, 70, 80% of things that you can find there on the Darknet scam. So just take it as I took it. Basically, it's your job as an analyst to analyze this information and get the probability, how likely is that. I was not able to investigate a little more. However, there were some small evidences last couple of months that maybe the attack was quite successful. So yeah, let's see how the future comes. I said that OSINT is about connecting information, and so what I would like to show you here is that small piece of information found on Darknet should be enriched and connected with other data. This information I ran through some company registry that is here in Czech Republic. It's somehow visualized in our tools or in our software. So you might feel that you have seen similar images before. And you can see all these people, all these companies that are somehow connected to the company that I have found. And on the left side, where you have this red circle about the person, that's the CEO of the company. And as I said, a lot of things happened because people make mistakes, and a lot of many times it's about leaks. So I used data from one of our data providers and tried to find if there is a leak about his email address, and I was able to find. You can see the list of the items, and I was able to find his password, and so his password leaked. Is it possible that this password is used also in the company systems? Maybe, maybe not. Is it possible to do anything else with the password? Of course it is. You can do the reverse search. So you can take the password and you can try to search for another email address, which might be a private email address without, proper security, and you can get into this email address, download some sensitive data, which again might lead into to some useful information about your target. I was not able to find his another email address. I was able to find some address of this guy, Sasi Tarcisio, which you can see on here. It's the top left email, but that was most likely the coincidence. They just use the same. They just use the same password. Okay, his or the CEO's password might be the subject of some kind of leak, but you might say, okay, it's very unlikely that he has access to all these information that are necessary for some ransomware attack or another malware attack. That might be true. However, if you have a company with more than 200 employees and 50 of them are leaked or their credentials are leaked, this might be a big problem. And you can see those three items on the right, which I highlighted. So first one, very weak passwords. You can see Heslo123, that's in Czech passwords 123. And there were a lot of people using this password outside of the organization. The second one was, for instance, the economic the financial director of the company, and everywhere around the internet, she was using the only password. You can see it over there. And the last one, again, he used a very, very weak password, but the biggest issue is that he used that on a dating site. And, that's not a good idea. Every time I'm consulting and I have these questions like, for what we can use data leaks, you tell them the list of them, and I usually conclude it telling them you can also use data leaks to assess the company's compliance, how they are compliant to security and stuff, and they just don't usually get it. Many times they ask, how is it possible? So I took 3 Czech companies. They are all in IT sector, so you might believe that their security is quite okay or should be okay. So this is the company: 600 employees, less than 30 leaks, less than 5%. That's quite a good number. You can't avoid being leaked, but you can do it smart, and result less than 5% is okay. It's absolutely okay. So this is the IT company, major provider here in Czech Republic of cybersecurity solutions. Another company, up to 250 employees, 65 leaks, more than 25%. It's not bad, but it's not the best result. And this is one of the largest IT suppliers to local government. But then you have a company with 150 employees with more than almost 50% leaked credentials of their personnel, and this is, for instance, one of the suppliers into the land registry IT solution. So this might be a huge problem. And when I zoom out, can you assess company supplier security compliance? Of course I can, based on this information. And what is even worse, you can see that some of the icons are marked red, and these icons are dating websites. This is where, or dating services, dating apps, it doesn't matter. So these people, they used their business emails to register into such yeah, not very good services, I would say. And I will tell you why. Because in this moment, you expose your name and surname and your employer. This is big, you know, for attacker who aims into your company. This is a huge thing where he can start for some social engineering stuff. And you know, dating applications or similar services, they are very dangerous because if you register there, you are very easy subject to some blackmailing. Somebody would contact you. He tells you, does your wife knows that you are on this website? Does she know that you are looking for children pornography? It doesn't have to be right, or it doesn't have to be true. But you know, you are under huge pressure now, and you are maybe one of the weakest part of the company now. And in the moment you accept the first test, they got you, and you will do everything they want. And yeah, so you can and you must use data leaks just to assess the supplier, let's say, condition. Okay, so another one, due diligence. Huge topic for each company that is trying to connect with other companies to do whatever business they are looking for, subcontractor and so on. I will speak about doxing during this showcasing. The doxing is a very nasty practice. It's the intentional posting of some sensitive personal information somewhere. It doesn't have to be darknet. It can be internet. It can be everywhere. You can create a poster and, you know, hanging on the school or somewhere, and that's doxing. Very sad thing about doxing is that it is quite often used by young people, by children. You know, somebody piss you off, and so you take all photos with him, his phone number, his name, and you just post it somewhere and say, okay, this guy, I don't like him, you know, just bully him over the internet. So not a nice thing. Yeah, just to, maybe you know the company Intelligence X. It's a data provider based in Prague, and the company was founded by Petr Kleisner. I don't know him, but I believe it's a good way how to present due diligence, because two years ago we were thinking about you know, building this OSINT solution and testing data partners, and I thought, okay, Intelligence X, they are based in Prague. It might be very easy to get them on the list of our providers. So I sent them an email, and I know it's in Czech, but I will explain what's written there. So I got a reply from someone whose name is Josef Novák. It's something like John Smith in English or in USA. So very common name, one of the most common here in Czech Republic. And they claimed, okay, we don't have any capacity for personal meetings, and we don't even have capacity for you know, phone numbers and so on. Maybe just something funny. I always liked their claim, which you can see on the bottom right. We love privacy. You know, somebody who is selling people's sensitive data states they love privacy. It's kind of like a funny thing. Okay, this is Josef Novák, by the way, based on his LinkedIn account. So typical Czech guy with typical Czech name. Okay, so what you can do, and I would like to highlight a couple of things at the beginning. You, as an analyst for company or organization, you basically do risk assessment. So sometimes you don't need some real some real stuff to say, okay, this company or this guy might be bad. We don't want to cooperate with him. Sometimes it's just a mixture of some negative feelings about negative news, and when there are more such news or such aspects together, you then might say, okay, does it really bring the value of this guy or this company if we bring them on the board? Is there any other similar company, maybe with less capabilities, but yeah, and you have to wait all the time. You have to weigh if pros and cons. And this is the example. So okay, this is how it looks like, extracted from Czech company registry. And so Petr Kleissner Investments company and the owner, and then media. Never forget about media, because sometimes in smaller media you can find very interesting information in media, in local media especially. So I have found these two pieces of information. One, that Petr Kleissner was in Prague. He had some presentation on one of local universities, but the second one was quite interesting. So he was banished and accused by Kaspersky employees of hacking and so on. So he had some disputes with this antivirus community. Okay, so sign number one, but nothing serious. From this point, you would say, okay, nothing really serious. But the second one, I found his profile on a doxing page, and what you can see, the list of those colorful texts. This is 1/3 of all the information someone has someone had published about this guy on this doxing page. So he really made somebody really mad, because it must have taken some time to collect all this information. There were information about himself, from the address where he lives, where he works, phone numbers, all this information about his wife, children, grandparents, parents, and so on. So yeah, so in this moment, he is kind of like very vulnerable to, again, some social engineering, maybe some hacking group activities, and so on. So that was sign number 2. Sign number 3. So he was somehow involved into a company .free group. So this company provided service, or they provided domain .free. If you have never seen it, or heard about that, it was here for a couple of years at least. I don't know if it works anymore. And when you again take this information to media, you will find out that this company was somehow almost sued by Microsoft, because inside their hosting services there was this infection of Kelly's botnet, and Microsoft they told them, okay, hey, there is this issue, we will sue you. In the end, they reached some kind of agreement. But when you count all this information together, this person, this Petr Kleissner, I don't know him. Maybe he's doing nothing wrong. On the other hand, I'm just assessing it as an analyst of whatever organization or company. I would say, maybe it's not a good idea to cooperate with this guy, because he is always around something pretty bad. So yeah, that's the assessment of an analyst, and this is our job, to assess things and provide some kind of consulting in matters where no one else can see the whole picture. Okay. Yeah, trucks, truck dealers, manufacturers of trucks. There are a lot of them on darknet. I will not speak about what is dark market. I'm pretty sure you all know dark markets. These screenshots are pretty old, so don't take them seriously. Okay, but I will speak about this discussion I ran into. So there was this guy and he was basically providing good reviews about one Chinese company that is shipping some precursors for drug manufacturers into Europe. And the other one, Mr. Patton, he said, okay, be careful because they were recently shut down by DEA. They arrested them on Fiji because they pretend they want to learn how to cook drugs. So one drug source out. And there is another guy, and he said, okay, here in Germany, I have a guy working for BASF. And if you know, this is a huge company, chemical industry. And yeah, basically they were speaking about okay, having issues to get some stuff they usually do. And then I ran into this guy, and this is basically how I found this information. And I was not searching for drugs. I was searching for Czech words. I will tell you why. Because on Darknet, 90-ish% of all the texts are in English, Russian, and some small parts in maybe in Chinese. But really, English and Russia, this is the majority. So finding, for instance, a Czech guy or I don't know, like Slovakian guy or Croatian guy or whatever other people is not that hard, because in the moment they make mistake, and it can be a big mistake, but it can be even a small mistake. What I will show you. You can just search for very simple very simple words that are typical only to your language. So things like ahoy, like hi, and then like these really. I believe that you know what it means. So you just search for stupid words that might attribute some profile to being a Czech. So this is how you basically start crawling or data mining of big amount of data and looking for some clues for people coming from your country. And this guy, he didn't do anything wrong. Basically, he didn't even put any text in Czech in the discussion. But what he did, he said, okay, I'm usually using this Czech online shop, and he posted the link to this shop. And you know what it does when you insert link on your WhatsApp? It downloads the metadata from the website. So I don't know, like Amazon, and you will get immediately the thumbnail. You will get some description. Okay, this is Amazon. We are awesome. We do this, and this is what he does. And so in the moment he posted the link, it got downloaded the information from the website, and there were some text in Czech. And this is how I found this guy. So yeah, this technique is somehow used, or sometimes it is used also as a bait or a honeypot, because this is quite useful to know if somebody is sending your the link to your colleagues or to other attackers or to anybody else. On the right side, you can see the snapshot or screenshot from the market itself. There is really like some text that, okay, I live in Czech Republic. I sell methamphetamine for more than 33,000 euro, and some information. I circled one specific account. When you in that moment you looked into this profile, you will get quite a lot of interesting metadata. First of all, you can get into the website of this Dina Prochem, and there you will find this information. We are now accepting Bitcoin, Western Union, Bank TT. Lower down on the website, you will find the information. We don't accept credit cards, and this is a good sign that that this shop is doing something kind of like maybe illegal or not, maybe in some shady zone, because Bitcoin and Western Union, they can be pretty anonymous. From this information found on the website, you can even find information on Telegram. So yeah, again, connecting sources, connecting information, vital part of OSINT. Okay, drugs again. What is pastebin? Pastebin is a plain text storage. It is often used to anonymously transfer some information to another guy. Yeah, it's very simple. On these Pastebin sites, I have found a couple of very similar information. So there is a group of maybe 2 people that offer drugs in Prague. There is there was their nicknames. There was also their phone numbers that were usually with British phone numbers, and I believe one Russian phone number. And I was trying to search for more clues, and I used one commercial database which provides you information from malware, info stealers mainly, and these information are vital for each, really like a proper, let's say, agency style analysis. All right, so I took the first phone number, and you can see that this phone number is somehow active on Telegram. There is basically nothing else. The other one was basically the same, again, used on Telegram, nothing else. The third one was a little better. You see these caller ID services. The first one, the call app, says, okay, this is text Prague. It means that somehow it evaluated that Prague is what it should be showing on your phone number screen when this number calls you. But what was the most interesting was that the system automatically attributes this phone number to someone whose name was white and whatever you see over there. That was the same nickname that I found on the Pastebin. And how is it possible? So as I said, I used this InfoStealer/malware database, and this is very, very typical. So this is information how someone has stored his phone number in his own mobile phone. Then he downloaded the InfoStealer. InfoStealer, he stole all the data from his contact list and sent it to the attacker. And this is a very valuable source of the information. So you might find here that in this case, somebody uses nickname, but in the same moment, somebody could have stored him with his proper name, and you will get the information instantly. And you can, based on the information from InfoStealers or malware, you can really attribute nicknames to real people. No, we don't have only InfoStealers, but this is just to show you the idea how important it is to keep the security of your own mobile device or your laptop, because these are very valuable information, not only to OSINT analysts as I am or analyst as I was, maybe, it's more valuable to the attacker. The last phone number that I used was the most interesting. Truecaller application, Praga DRGS. It means Praga drugs, no doubts about that. But what was the most important, and where those guys made the mistake, they used this phone number to register one amateur Prague sport club. You can find their Twitter account, you can find people there, you can find the real people over there with the real phone numbers and so on. So my job as an analyst, OSINT analyst, ends here. I take this information, I provide it to the guys that are operating in the field, and it's their job to now investigate if this is possible or not. But yeah, so this is coming, or that means that from simple nickname you can go and have real names of people. All right, another drug case, I guess, yeah, one or two. Guns and Ganja Private Club, one of the dark markets. It's not very important. And I have found this, again, this guy on dark market. You sometimes can't understand how these people can do this. His profile says, okay, I am in Prague, I am in Czech Republic, I'm selling drugs, cocaine, heroin, ketamine, and so on. And what was very interesting is that he used his nickname was basically a merge of very, very Czech and very Czech first name and surname. And I told myself, nobody is that stupid that he would really use his real name. This is not his real name. I changed it, by the way. the name in the middle, like Bohyboj Marek. It's not his real name. I had to change it. But I said, okay, I will take my chance. So I took this name and surname and I ran it through Facebook leak, which is still a very valuable source. And first I found this guy, regular dad of the family. There was nothing suspicious about this guy. So I said, okay, tough luck. Let's move to the second record I have found there, and that was more interesting. So first of all, I got his phone number that was attributed to his Facebook phone, to his Facebook profile. And then I started to, walk through his images and stuff like that. And he liked techno and all this, trance music and so on. And I found his profile photo over there, which is the black and white photo of a guy in a white t-shirt, which you can't see because I had to anonymize it. And I went to his profile on dark web when he's selling drugs. And again, it might be a scam. However, if it is not, then this is the most stupid guy in the world, because he uses the same profile photo on Facebook as on Darknet. And what was the most interesting, and again, you can't see it over there, is that there is also the address where he's selling drugs, and it was a private house somewhere in the middle of Prague. So if this is not a scam, really, this is the most stupid guy I have ever seen on the internet. And another one. It's always very important to understand the nature of the country where you live or you investigate and their people. Because, for instance, Czech Republic, we love our products. Škoda as a car vendor, we love them. For us, not for me, but most of the people, Škoda is the best car in the world. And seznam.cz is a website which serves as a homepage for many of the Czech people. Until, I don't know, some couple of years ago, Czech Republic was the only one of the very small number of countries where Google was not number one as a homepage. It was Seznam for tens of years, and therefore we love also using their web clients. So another way how to find people on Darknet is to look for their email addresses, and when in the moment you see .cz, Seznam, and so on, this is green for you, and this is the guy that you should be investigating. And again, leaks are very important to use. How I found this guy, he was unlucky. Basically, he was online in the moment. There was a crawler on this website, so he crawled his online status on this discussion forum, and he got scrapped. So these are the information I was able to extract. And what was very interesting is that this guy, I used his phone number, which I found in one of the data leaks, and I used his name, and I was able to find out that he was working for police department. There was also a phone number to his desk, which is in case of this guy very unlucky, very unlucky information for him. Okay, last one. I don't have anything against this guy or pro this guy. I'm just using him as a benchmark, because sometimes when you have to test whatever data source, you need to have at least something how to benchmark it. And I know that about this guy, there is a lot of credentials leaked on Telegram. Basically, you can find, 5, maybe 6 phone numbers. So and some emails, some nicknames, and so on. So in the moment I'm testing some data provider, I push all this information about this guy into their database, and I'm looking into how many information they are able to extract, and then I'm comparing. But the stuff I would like to talk about are sanctions lists. They are super bad. super bad. Wherever you go in the world, these sanctions lists, they just suck. And on his case, I will explain you why. So you can see that there are two companies, the top and the bottom one. Their both name is Convoy, and there is the guy in the orange star, and this is this Konstantin Pikalov. And this company and this guy, they are both on multiple sanctions lists, which is super nice. On the other hand, this shows how these companies, organizations creating these sanctions lists, how they work, because they only receive the information, okay, put this guy on the sanction list. They just, take the name, take the identifiers that are available in some company registry, and they push it into the list. Nothing else. No other analysis, no other connection of other information. So if this guy is on the sanction list, how is it possible that these red or orange companies are not there anymore? It is very nice. You can say, okay, but he is the owner of the company. It is very easy to find it on the internet. No, it's not very easy to find it on the internet, because you should speak Russian at least a bit to be able to extract it from their public registry, and it's not obvious, and this is very bad. So maybe if you are working for some company and you are using just sanctions list, tell them, you have to enrich the data from the sanctions list also with some public registries. You can go for OCCRP, Aleph, and enrich it, at least something, so you can see the connections between different companies and people, because you can easily avoid the information that the owner of the company is on the sanction list, and just presume that you are working with some company that is kind of okay. And this is just for illustration, how many information I was able to extract from one of the data partners that we have. A lot of phone numbers, even some actual GPS coordinates, and so on, so on. But this is not very important. All right, I guess that's it.